And there is nothing that Hoosiers cannot do. Now, there's been a lot of media speculation lately about vice presidential vetting. And I have an announcement to make. A major announcement. Hillary Clinton has decided on her vice presidential nominee. Hillary has picked Donald Trump. Now, it's important to note, Hillary had a very careful vetting process that went into this. She wanted someone who shared her vision of the federal government. You know, Donald Trump did recently a town hall. He was asked, name the top functions of the federal government. He said security, and then he said health care, education, and housing. Funny thing is, if you asked Hillary, she'd say the same thing. If you asked Bernie'd be like, wow, that's aggressive. You don't only want socialized medicine, you also want to put the federal government in charge of all education, Common Core. According to Donald, that's the core responsibility of the federal government. And housing. How many people are ready for the federal government taking over the housing market? And you know, Donald and Hillary, they are flip sides of the same coin. Hillary Clinton has made millions of dollars selling power and influence in Washington. And Donald Trump has made billions of dollars buying politicians like Hillary Clinton. But some in the media might say, oh, come on, that's not fair. No, it's not reasonable to suggest that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton could ever run as a ticket. I'm going to walk you through 13 policy issues where Donald and Hillary have the very same views. Let's start with the area of jobs. My number one priority is jobs, bringing back jobs and economic growth. Bringing manufacturing jobs back to the state of Indiana. Raising wages for the hardworking men and women of this country. But it's interesting, Donald Trump on jobs, Donald and Hillary both agree that our taxes should be increased. Last week, Donald Trump went on national television and said, yes, we should increase jobs. Well, that's a great idea. Increase taxes. That's a great idea if you want to kill jobs. If I'm president, we're going to cut taxes. Second critical area under jobs, Donald and Hillary both support the Obamacare individual mandate. Both of them think it's a terrific idea. Now, if you care about jobs, you know that Obamacare is the biggest job killer in America. And as president, I will repeal every word of Obamacare. A third area where Donald and Hillary get it wrong on jobs is immigration. Both Donald and Hillary believe that illegal immigrants who are here should be able to become U.S. citizens. Now, Donald thinks that we should fly them back to their home country first, but then let them in, right back in, and make them U.S. citizens. Let me tell you what I'm going to do as president. We're going to stop amnesty, secure the borders, end sanctuary cities, and end welfare benefits for those here illegally. But let's talk about freedom, the fundamental freedoms of the Bill of Rights. Amen. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both support taxpayer funding for Planned Parenthood. Indeed, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both describe Planned Parenthood as terrific. As president, I will instruct the Department of Justice to open an investigation into Planned Parenthood. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both supported Bill Clinton's national ban on many of the most important firearms in America. As president, I will defend the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both believe we should negotiate with Harry Reid and Chuck Schumer and the Democrats on Supreme Court nominations. I give my word to the people of Indiana and the people of America that every justice I appoint to the court will be a principled constitutionalist, and unlike Donald and Hillary, I will not compromise away your religious liberty. And Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both agree that grown men should be allowed to use the little girl's restroom. Now let me say, it is just common sense. This isn't a matter of right or left or Democrat or Republican. This is basic common sense that grown adult men, strangers, should not be alone in a bathroom with a little girl. And yet Donald and Hillary care more about the PC police than they do about speaking the truth on basic common sense. Let's talk about security. The eighth policy issue, where Donald and Hillary's views are identical, is Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both believe the U.S. government should be neutral between Israel and the Palestinians. As president, I will not be neutral. We will stand with Israel. The ninth area they agree is Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton have both said they would keep this catastrophic Iranian nuclear deal in place. As president, I will rip to shreds this nuclear deal with Iran. The 10th area of agreement, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both believe that Hillary Clinton was one of the greatest secretaries of state of all time. That's what Donald said. Why do you think he kept contributing to her? Why do you think Donald Trump gave money to Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign? And then let's talk more broadly about Washington corruption. You know, Donald Trump loves to style himself an outsider. And listen, when it comes to human decency, when it comes to politeness, when it comes to respect, he's right. You know, most people in Indiana are raised that you don't yell and scream and curse and insult everyone you see. But Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton's campaigns are both run by Washington lobbyists. Washington lobbyists run their entire campaigns for both of them. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both supported Obama's failed stimulus plan. And Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both supported Obama's TARP bailout of Wall Street. You know, it was striking just this past week. Donald's lobbyist campaign manager was talking to the top officials of the Republican Party. And he said Donald is just playing a role. He's just playing a part. He doesn't mean any of this. He doesn't believe any of this. He's going to change and pivot away from everything he's saying. Now, when that was first reported, the Trump campaign immediately tried to deny it. But the problem was they caught Trump's lobbyist campaign manager on tape. So they have him on tape saying Donald's just playing a role. And he'll be a completely different person. As Donald put it, he can be the most politically correct person on earth. We've had enough of having the most politically correct person on earth in the White House. Donald is telling us he's lying to us. Every one of us is fed up with politicians who betray us, who make promises and then don't do it. Donald is telling us he is lying to us. He says he can be a different person tomorrow than he is today. Well, let me tell you what. I am the same person today that I was yesterday and that I will be tomorrow as president. The federal government, out of control taxes and regulations are killing jobs all across this country. The working men and women in this country, the men and women with calluses on your hands, are paying the price for Washington that isn't listening to us, that is captive to the Washington lobbyists like the Trump and Clinton campaigns. And this is no longer a theoretical and distant threat. This is a real threat that's come home. You know, in the great movie Hoosiers, there is a wonderful quote from that movie. Look, mister, there's two kinds of dumb. Guy that gets naked and runs out in the snow and barks at the moon, and the guy who does the same thing in your living room. First one don't matter. The second one, you're kind of forced to deal with. Well, let me tell you right now, this out-of-control federal government, these regulators and bureaucrats that are destroying coal jobs all across Indiana, that are destroying small businesses all across Indiana, that are hammering farmers, that are hammering ranchers, they have become the guy naked barking at the moon in our living room. And I am here to tell you, we are going to deal with it. This race is real simple. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are both big government liberals. They both think the federal government is the answer to every problem. I agree with Ronald Reagan that the scariest words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you. And I want to thank the people of Indiana, because you are going to have now the opportunity. The eyes of the nation are gazing upon you. The eyes of the nation are looking at this state at the crossroads of America to make a decision for our country. Do we want to support a campaign that is based on yelling and screaming and cursing and insults? Or do we want to unite behind a positive, optimistic, forward-looking, conservative campaign based on real policy solutions to the problems facing America? This election is about jobs, it's about freedom, it is about security. And we need a president. Thank you, sir. You know, it's always nice that you have one Donald Trump supporter who comes in and disrupts. And I note that what he does is he wants to scream and yell and disrupt. Thank you, sir. See, one of the things that Mr. Trump doesn't understand is the First Amendment gives everyone the right to speak, but it doesn't give you the right to disrupt. It doesn't give you the right to try to silence others. It doesn't get... Hey, treat him with respect. Everyone keep your hands off of him. Everyone keep your hands off of him. Everyone keep your hands off of him. See, one difference, if this were a Trump rally, I would be encouraging people to punch him. Instead, I am encouraging people to treat him with respect, with civility. He's an American, and I can tell you, even as he comes here and tries to scream and yell and insult, very much following the Trump pattern, I am running to be his president as much as I am running to be everyone's president. We are tired of a president who divides us, tired of a president who rips us apart. We need a president who unites us, who remembers who we are as Americans. Together, the people of Indiana are going to send a powerful signal to the media, a powerful signal to the Washington establishment that the chosen candidates of Washington, the chosen candidates of big money and the lobbyists, they are not going to decide the Republican nominee. It is going to be we the people taking our country back and doing it together. Thank you, and God bless you.